early morning on the outskirts of Oklahoma, before the sun had fully risen and while the mist still clung to the fields, a western farm's alarm blared like a siren of war. A herd of wild hogs had torn through the fence during the night, raiding young cornfields and fleeing back into the forest before dawn could expose them. The destruction was instant, the damage unmistakable. There was no time to wait. Within minutes, the hunting team assembled, boots slamming against gravel as they rushed toward the Ram 1500 TRX. Engines roared to life. The team leader issued the first command of the day. They're heading north. Split into smaller groups and followed the main trail. From that moment, the hunt began fast, precise, controlled. Not a single hog could be allowed to return to the farmland. Minutes later, the barks of hunting dogs echoed across the forest edge, signaling the first contact. A large mature boar sprinted across the tall grass toward a rocky hillside. The team leader raised his hand. "Left flank, hold." I slid behind the tree line, lifted my rifle, and steadied my aim. The boar zigzagged, forcing quick decisions. I fired a warning shot, then a second precise round. The animal dropped instantly. We secured the area, checked for movement, and pressed forward. But the echo of gunfire rippled through the woods, rattling the rest of the herd. Several dark figures bolted from the shadows almost simultaneously. Strategy shifted in seconds. The leader assigned a sharpshooter to the right flank while the central group held position. Controlled shots rang out, cutting off escape routes. The pace grew faster, yet remained disciplined. Every sound mattered. One loud mistake could scatter the distant herd too far to track, two boars moving together along the old trail. The leader whispered through the headset, "Only shoot if the shot is clean." When the first hog stepped into view, the sharpshooter fired and dropped it. The second bolted wildly into the brush, but no one gave chase. Instead, we waited for the tracker. Within minutes, the device lit up movement circling west. I cut through a narrow dirt path and approached a thicket. Suddenly, the boar appeared less than 10 meters away. Reflex took over. One quick shot and the target collapsed. I inspected the body to ensure no movement remained, then cleared the path for the rest of the team. We regrouped and pushed into the open field between two forests. There, a lone hog was rooting through soft soil. If it reached the nearby cornfield, it would wreak havoc. We approached from upwind, careful not to alert it. When it lifted its head, a single well-aimed shot ended the threat instantly. Fatigue crept into our bodies, but the leader finally called for a retreat. As we moved out, another boar appeared near some abandoned land. Slow, cautious, dangerous. The leader ordered distance. I raised my scope, controlled my breath, and fired one clean round. The morning hunt officially ended. We swept the fields once more. No signs of movement remained. The farm was safe again. This mission wasn't about sport, it was a responsibility. A promise to the community that relied on these fields to survive. But for me, this mission went deeper. When I returned to visit my dad in Texas, I found his once thriving sweet potato fields destroyed. The ground was torn apart. The crops shredded. Wild boars were the cause. The sight hit harder than any bullet. This hunt became personal. It was no longer just protection. It was family. At the rally point, we reorganized into multiple units. Static hummed through the headsets, linking us into a single force. Weapons were loaded. The helicopter's rotors thundered overhead. At first light, we arrived at rugged terrain known to hide aggressive boars. Suddenly, a massive dark shape exploded from the brush. Without hesitation, the helicopter swooped down and cut off its escape. Our team moved with synchronized precision. Rifle barrels lifted. Triggers clicked. The boar fell within seconds. That opening shot was more than a kill, it was a declaration. Today, not a single hog would escape. Throughout the morning, every gunshot echoed across the hills. Some boars tried to outsmart us, weaving between trees, splitting from the herd, using the terrain as cover. But patience always wins. We tracked them calmly and struck when opportunity appeared. One by one, they fell, proof of experience, discipline, and trust forged through years of hunting together. After hours of pursuit, we paused to rest, but the mission was far from over. The helicopter swept low across the bush as we pushed toward the grasslands.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.